Hello Dinesh, how are you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you, Professor.
Okay, how is going?
Yeah, everything is going good, Professor. How are you?
Very good. Yeah, great. Thank you very much for asking. So, are you getting the stuff being covered in the class?
Sorry, Professor, I didn't get.
Are you getting the material being covered in the class?
Yes, Professor.
Sure.
Sure, Professor.
Okay, great. Good. I'm happy to know about it. So, did you get the code?
Yes, Professor. I just cloned the code from GitHub
Okay,
by
very good. Very good.
ran it in my
So
laptop.
you know how to use GitHub. That first you clone, and then later on you keep on fetching it and then merge it.
Oh, okay, Professor. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
We need not to clone every time.
Yes, Professor. Yeah, I know.
Okay, let's wait for 2 more minutes so that
Yeah,
everybody joins us and then we start, okay?
sure, Professor. Sure.
So yesterday I was in travel, so I had the lecture on the roadside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, internet was working and so, our audio was not breaking.
Yeah,
I
that's
turned
good.
on the video, turned off the video so that, we don't have trouble in getting the
It
audio.
was smooth, Professor, yesterday. No problem with the internet.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was good. Thank you. Okay, nobody is here other than you. Where are the rest of the people?
I don't know, Professor. I'll ask.
Okay, somebody has joined us. Let's see who is there. So Menton is here. Hey Menton, welcome back. You're good?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Very good. Okay, so let's start then. So let me start from our yesterday's code. So yesterday, did I share my screen with you guys? No. So share the screen. So yesterday we were discussing that whatever we get from the user, we must validate it and then we must sanitize it, right? We must validate it and then we must sanitize it, right? So for example, we come over here. So first of all, we are checking that are we getting the full name? Are we getting the email address? Do we have the password? Then we are checking that whether this full name is a string, and then we are checking that the email is proper email address, right? And then we are assigning them to various variables. And as we are assigning them, we are not simply assigning them, but rather we are sanitizing them, right? We are doing what? We are sanitizing them. And once we say that we are sanitizing them, means that look at it. So here we are saying filter var, which is the master function, PHP function for sanitization and validation. So we are saying that this post full name and filter sanitize string. So as I mentioned earlier, that once we sanitize this string, if there is any harmful code in it, right? If there is any harmful code in it, it would be destroyed. Right? Similarly, here it is checking filter sanitize email and it would also be destroyed. One more thing we can do is that we can come over here and we can say trim, right? So when we say trim, if there is some space in the beginning or some space at the end, it would be terminated, it would be destroyed. It will remove that space, right? So some people, as they are giving input, they may press an extra space in the beginning or maybe at the end. So we don't want to have that space to go into our system. So those spaces would be removed, right? Otherwise, if there is some space in the middle or somewhere else, it would be kept. Have you got the idea?
Yes, Prabhu.
Similarly, we can come over here and we can say that, hey, trim this thing also, right? Okay. And then before we treat password over here, we do one more thing. We come over here and we say, and check password.
Length, or
Say it again.
we can check length, and
Sorry,
if,
Manthan, can you repeat it, please?
yeah, we can like filter apply length of password, set length of password, like special character.
I'm not quite getting. So should I give you control over here?
No,
And
no, no. So no, that's right. I'm just saying we can like apply filter of length.
length. Oh, okay. I don't want to do it. Let me tell you what do you want to do it, right? So very good, right? Great. Thank you very much. So we can say check password validity. Right? Here we are checking the password validity, and maybe we can send password to this function. So once we are using this particular function, right? So we must have this function somewhere, right? We must have this function somewhere. So what can we do is that either we can have this function maybe over here somewhere, or we can do this thing that we can put this function into a separate file. So we come over here, right? We come over here, which is the HTML forms is the folder, and here, no, this is not something we were doing. What we're doing? Okay, yeah, over here, yes, HTML form. Is it in HTML forms? HTML forms.php. Yeah, right. You are right. So we come over here and we say, for example, new file, and let's name it PHP functions.php, right? So we have created this new file, php functions.php, open the PHP tag, and here we can put this function. So what is the name of the function? This one. So here we can say this is a function. Remove public, because public and private are something which we do in the classes, and we'll be doing it very soon. And let me put function name over here, right? And here we would have a parameter with the name password, right? And you are very right, Manthan, that here we can check that whether the password has proper length, or it is having particular thing, right? So here we do all the different validity tests of password as we desire, right? So for example, we can say number one, length, dollar length is equal to trim dollar password dot length. So let me see now. Once you don't know how to find something, you can always Google it. So we have that PHP string length, right? So we come over here and we can say str length, right? strlen. So this is the function. So let's see that how does it work. So here this is the way it works, right? Control C, rather Control C only this thing. Control C, just close this. And so this is JavaScript style. We don't need to use JavaScript here. We cannot. And we say string length, right? So we are seeing that here, if string length is greater than something, then it is valid, otherwise invalid, right? So we come over here, we say maybe other checks also. So we say if $length is greater than or equal to 8, right? Or maybe 3, whatever your choice is, then return true, else return false. Okay, so to my understanding, it is good, but there is an error flashing over here for me. So what is this unexpected public, right? So I have deleted public, but somehow it has not, registered it with itself. So there is no public here. So basically, this is what it is indicating. Do we have public here somewhere? Okay. So sometimes, your editor does not register something properly. No problem about it. So we have got this password validity thing over here. So you can see that this is a Boolean returning function, right? So if the password is valid, then it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false, right? Have you got it, guys?
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
everybody. Okay, great. So now the deal is that this if would return true if you are getting all 3 of them. Nothing is missing. Your full name is a string. Your email is proper email format. Your password is according to the policy. Then it will go ahead and do all these things, right? Else, here we can say else, you can display an error message, for example, here. For example, we can say echo something is wrong. We'll do it in a better way, but for now, let's do this thing like this, right? So here we are echoing something is wrong, right? Save it. And let's run it and see that if it is working. So where are you guys? So this is you guys. Is it you? So let me remove this string from here. Let me remove this too also. And this is .php. Right? So something is wrong, right? Because it did not go into that if block, right? Don't worry about it. So I can come over here and we can say for example, we have full name Manthan Patel. Manthan Patel. And say email is, for example, let me give a good email, az@gmail.com, right? Password say is 123. Send. Fatal error, something is wrong, right? What is that wrong thing is? It was expected. So it is saying that call to undefined function, check password validity, right? What is this matter? The matter here is that this particular function, which is check validity of password, is sitting in a separate file, which is over here. And this is not linked to this particular file where we are using it. So before we use it, we need to give this thing. We come over here, we say require once, whatever the file name. What is the file name? PHP functions.php, right? So PHP functions.php, right? Save it and let's run it once more. Now you can see that it's working. Welcome Manthan Patel and let us know about forms or etc. etc. Let me put some wrong things here. Say for example, I come over here and I say full name is Dr. Zeb, for example. Email is DZ, right? So this is an error which will be caught by which the HTML will catch. But if I say add D, for example, now HTML is not going to catch this one, but you will see that PHP is going to catch it, right? So for example, we say 1, 2, 3, we send, right? And you can see this thing is saying something is wrong. So basically PHP caught this thing that this is not a proper email address, right? So if we give proper email address, Manthan Patel, email is mp@gmail.com. Say password is 1, 2. We are not giving proper password. Maybe 1, 2, 3. Proper password now. So you can see this thing that it has gone. Right? If we don't give proper password, just give any. Say password is 2 characters long. Right? So something is wrong. So basically the deal here is that PHP provides proper testing and proper checks of your inputs, right? And once you are not complying with that, it will not only kill that proper, improper code, or you can say that if there is some harmful code, it will destroy that harmful code if you have, coded in this way. And it will tell you, if you want to, it will tell you that hey, something is wrong. Any question? Dinesh, any question?
No, Professor.
Okay, great. So coming back over here. So how do we treat the password, right? So once we get the password, we never keep it in plain text, as we are getting it. We always crush the password and make it into a hash. So do you guys have any idea that what are the hashes? What is hash? So let me write it over here. Say for example, let me come over here at the end and here H2. So what is hash? Yes.
Kind of encryption.
Say it.
Kind of encryption, Professor.
Kind of encryption, right? So you said So this is a list item. It is a kind of encryption, but totally different. How is it different? Right? Let me tell you. So this is a list item. How is it different? So one thing is that encryption is always irreversible, right? Hash is always non-reversible, right? So do you want to see that? How does it look like over there in the page? Reload it. Right? So what is hash? It is kind of encryption, but totally different. How is it different? Encryption is always reversible. Hash is always non-reversible. Okay, so anybody else? So what is hashing?
Store the data as a key value.
No. Look, hashing is like this, that you take the string, you crush it, right? You scramble it, you add some items into it, and give out a result, right? Give out a result. So this is exactly what hash is, right? Let me show you. Hash, maybe hash cat. So look, so this is a hash cat. Let me see if it is providing the facility on this page to make hashes. Let me check. No, let me go back and Google online hash generator. Okay. So for example, you want to give some input, right? Say my password is ABC123, and I want to hash it, so it would be this hash, right? Can you see this thing? Can you see? This is the hash of ABC123. Sorry, this was I. So ABC123. So if this is hash, so this is the hash of ABC123. If I change this 3 over here by 2, only one bit of difference, right? Only one bit is different, right? Between ABC123 and ABC122, there is only one bit of difference, right? So if I do this thing and I say hash Can you see this thing? You have got altogether different hash, right? So we say this thing that hash is catastrophic. Means that you make one small change into the input string, the hash will change altogether, unpredictably. Are you getting me? Right? So next point is a small change in input string cause unpredictable changes in the hash, right? The another thing is hashing is deterministic. Means that no matter how many times you take the hash of a string, you'll get the same hash, right? So if, for example, I come over here and I say that I want to hash 122, so just remember this thing. At the end, we have 2DEF91. So if I change 122 to 123, it has changed altogether. But if I go back here, go back to 123, you will see that exactly the same hash would be generated, right? We are getting the same hash, whatever we had previously, right? So no matter how many times you take the hash of the same string, you are going to get the same result. Next point here is hashing is fast, right? So it is a fast process. It is fast and simple. So anybody knowing basic mathematical operation should be able to do it, right? So hashing must be fast and simple. But on the other hand, hashing must be slow. So what is this mystery that hashing is, on one hand we are saying that hashing is fast, and now we are saying hashing must be slow. What do you mean by this thing? Yes. Anybody? So deal here. Yes.
Calculation behind convert this any value.
No. The deal here is that, for example, if we are having like 5, 10, 26, 1 hashes, right? You know, some small number of hashes, it should be done like this, very fast, right? But if a hacker is trying to have like 1 million hashes at that point, so it would be slow for him. He is not going to get 1 million hashes right away, right? So this must be fast and this must be slow also, right? Next. Hashing is not unique. That is, for two different strings, we may get the same hash. It is possible theoretically that for two different strings, we may get the same hash, right? But but the probability of getting the same hashes for two known strings is extremely low. Right? Theoretically, we can get, for two different strings, we can get the same hash. But if we ask somebody that, hey, Menthan, can you give us two strings which are going to produce the same hash? So you should not be able to have it. Are you getting me, guys? Yeah. Teja, are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're Anu Teja, right?
Arun Teja, sir.
Arun Teja, right? Arun Teja. Okay, great. Dinesh, are you getting me?
Yes, Professor.
Ankit Rao, are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Menthan, are you getting me? Let
Yep.
me see who else is there. And we have Avinash, are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Shriyesh?
Yes, sir.
Good, great. So basically, these are the basic properties of hash. And by the way, I have also taught you that how to make a list in HTML and how to make a nested list. I have made a nested list over here, right? And if I want to make, so let me show you how does it look like. So if I just reload it, right? So didn't we save it? No, we did not save it. Let's save it and reload. Reload it. And you can see that this list looks something like this. So if we want to make it an ordered list, we can replace this UL by OL. And of course, this ending UL by OL also. Save it, reload it, right? And it would be an ordered list, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are some basic properties of hash. And my dears, the deal here is that this on the right, these are various hashing algorithms. So currently we mostly use SHA-256, but we can also use SHA-512, right? We can also use SHA-512. So if we use SHA-512 and say, for example, my input is 1, 2, 3. So you can see that we have got like even bigger hash. So SHA-512 is 512 bits hash. SHA-256 is 256 bits hash, right? So whenever we get a password, we always hash it, right? Once we get a password, we always hash it. Why would we hash it? Say, for example, we get a password, right? And it is in our database. Now some hacker comes and hacks our entire database. So he would be able to hack that password also. And people has this tendency that they will have the same password utilized at your website, at some other website, at third website, at fourth website. So if a hacker has hacked his password from one website, it can be used, or it can, at least he can try to use that particular cracked password to other websites also. So basically, if you are not hashing a given password, you are causing a great trouble to the community. Right, guys? Any question? Hello, everybody.
No, Professor.
Okay, great. So let me make a file and show you that how does hashing work in PHP, right? So let me come over here and let me make a new file. knowing hash dot php. So let me make a password variable. Say this is 123, right? And let me create a hash. So the function is password hash, and say I am hashing the password. Say this is password 1. So password 1, and here we give PHP maybe password default, right? So this is the best one. And then we say that this is our password 2. Maybe this is hash 1. Password 2. Say its value is 122, right? And we say hash 2 password 2, right? And here we say echo hash of password 1 is so guys, if you think that something you are not quite getting, please interrupt me and let me know, because with master students I think that you guys know at least a couple of programming languages, so I don't stop at every step to tell you these things, right? So if you think that something is missing, you are not quite getting something, you are more than welcome to ask questions. You are more than welcome to interrupt me. I never get disturbed, right? Yes, you were with me in how many courses before this course?
3 course.
3 courses, right? So did it ever happen that I got disturbed by a question?
No, 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 never.
Right? Have you ever heard of such thing?
No, 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 never.
Great, wonderful. So basically, and this is because I'm telling you, because many people think that professor will get disturbed, or maybe he will become angry and maybe he will insult us. Nothing like this in this class, right? So please, whenever, wherever you have a question, just ask it, right? Otherwise, I'm going with my pace, and you may get missing some things, right? So please, if you have something to ask, please don't hesitate to ask, right, Manthan? Okay,
Right.
I would be very happy if you trust in me and ask questions, right? Okay, so hash of this thing is, let me have this hash, is this, right? And let me put this string concatenation and then line break, right? Let me have this. So this is password 2 and this is hash 2. Let's run this code. So we come over here, go back, and knowing hashing, right? Knowing hash. So let's run it. You can see this thing. The hash of 123 is this thing, and hash of 122 is this thing. And you can see that they are all together very different. Can you see this thing? Hello, everybody.
Yes.
Okay, great. So now let me do one more thing. Let me come back over here and let me repeat this line. Hash 3 is again taken for password 1, right? And let me echo it out. Right? Password, hash of password 1 is, say, hash 3. Right? So I am doing what? I'm having one password 123, another password 122. I took the hash of 123, printed it. I took the hash of 122, printed it. And now I'm again taking the hash of 123 and printing it. Are you quite getting me? Hello, everybody. Right?
Yes,
So
Yes, sir.
once we are doing this thing, let's see what shows up and what do we conclude from there. Reload. Okay, so we have got hash of 123 is this, hash of 122 is this, hash of 123 is this. So anything strange you can notice over here.
As per
Hash is
sir, as per our discussion, so hashing should be deterministic. So these two
Excellent.
should come same, right? But it
Yeah,
came
these
different.
two should come same, but they are different, right?
Yeah.
And once we did over there, say for example over here, I'm using say SHA-256. If I do say hash of 123, it gives me this. And no matter how many times I hash, it still gives me the same. Whereas over here, it is changing. So why is it changing over here?
hashing algorithm changes.
Huh?
Hashing changes. Hashing process algorithm is changing.
No, hashing, look, hashing must be deterministic. As Arun Teja said, that hashing algorithm must be deterministic. No matter how many times you are hashing, it must give you the same hash.
Salting,
Very good. Who said this?
Ankit.
Ankit. Very good. So what is salting, Ankit?
So when we hashed one password, so it adds some unique string in front of the password. It only happens in site.
Yeah, you
It,
can say random string, right? Some random string up front, right? And then hash it.
Yeah.
So basically, once PHP is hashing, it is not hashing 123. It is putting some salt in front of 123 and then hashing it. And whenever you say, hey, PHP, you give me a hash, it puts a new salt and hash. Right? So what is the purpose of this salt? So Arun Teja, have you got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so but my question with Ankit is that what is the purpose of the salt?
every time it provides unique string for the same password.
So what is the advantage?
Uh,
So in a database, more people can have same passwords. So the system, I mean, it helps in storing in different
Very good. So
encryptions.
for example, if two people have the same password, right? So if by chance they can notice, hey, you have the same hash as mine is, so your password must be same as mine, right? Just hypothetical thing. So one thing is that even the same password are not going to have the same hash, right? The second thing here is, the second thing over here is that even the weak password will become strong once a salt is added up front, right? Say for example, you are having a weak password 123, but PHP is going to add a salt, and once PHP is going to add a salt, so it will become not that weak, it will become stronger, right? Though you have to put strong password, but just it puts little bit of strength to it, right? So the question here is that once we have this password which is hashed, right? So how can we recognize that whether the user is giving the right password or not? So you cannot do this thing that, say for example, one is stored password, say stored hash, stored hash is equal to hash1. And say user sent the password, right? And newly obtained hash is equal to maybe hash3, right? So if, say for example, it is hash3. So the question here is that how are we going to recognize that both of them are the same passwords when hashes are different? Yes.
We can take that random value to stored password and hash again, and we check that hash with hash3.
Anybody else? Thank you very much, Yash. But I want to hear from someone else also.
Using salted value provision, as we discussed, like
say it again.
Like you discussed something about salted values, right? Using
Yes.
that.
So where is the salt then? So very good answer. So where is the salt? So let me show you. Let us go over here. So PHP password hash salt. So if you go over here, if we go over here, so for example, over here, look. It should tell us something about it. Okay, look. So this 10 over here. So first of all, this 2y tells that what hashing algorithm is used, right? And then this 12 tells us that how many rounds of hashings were used, right? So PHP is taking 12 rounds over here. So for example, in our case over here, you can see that 2y is the nature of the hashing algorithm, and it used how many rounds of hashing? 10 rounds of hashing. And then over here, starting from here, 128 bits are of hash. So hash is actually stored, salt is actually stored with the hash by itself, right? So once we come for the password verification, we don't do this thing that if this is equal to this, then echo, right? This does not work. Rather, we come over here and we say if password verify is the function, password verify, and this password verify takes new password. Maybe you can say this password 1. And it takes the hash. It takes the hash. Say, for example, I give it hash 1. Right? And it verifies whether it matches or not. So, for example, we can say echo the 2 passwords are identical. Right? So basically it should work. So if we check this thing, we run it, reload. So 2 passwords are identical. If I use different hash, maybe hash 3, it will still say the 2 passwords are identical. Right? 2 passwords are identical. But if over here, instead of hash 3, I say hash 2, now you will see that, let me use else. Echo the 2 passwords are different. Right, guys? Save it and let's run it. So reload it and you can see that it is saying 2 passwords are different. So basically what happens is that we have this password verify function. It extracts the salt from the available hash. It puts the same salt with the newly coming password, then hashes it, and then compares the 2 hashes. Who is lost with this discussion? Anybody? Yes,
Sir, can you repeat, sir?
Yeah. So basically password verify function, what does it do is that it extracts the salt from the available hash, right? It extracts the salt from the available hash, right?
Yes.
And then it places that salt with the newly coming password, and then it takes the hash once again, right?
Of the new password.
Of the new password with the old salt.
Okay.
Right? And then matches the 2 hashes.
Yeah, got it.
Right? So
Yeah.
it never unhash, it can never unhash the available hash, because this is the major property of hash, that we cannot unhash it. Right? No matter what do we do. Any question, guys? So always remember, hashing is not a reversible process. Hashing is irreversible. Any questions so far?
Sure.
So basically the message up to this discussion, the message is that once we get a password, we need to hash it always. Right? We should never save it with us without hashing it. Got it, guys? Okay. So if you have got it, up till here, we will take 5 minutes break so that we can start with the new topic, right? And we should not mix the two, right? So let's take a break and let's meet in 5 minutes, right?
Sir, one question.
Yes,
So,
Tanvir.
yeah.
So hashing algorithm, we choose it, right?
So basically, this is a very good question actually. So deal here is that if you go to, okay, let me take you to this hashing functions page. So PHP password hash. So it's taking some time to open. Okay. So here we can give algorithm, which algorithm you want to use for hashing. And these are the possibilities, right? So password default, password bcrypt, password orgonal 21, 2i password, whatever, right? So basically these are the possibilities we can pick out of, right? And it is explaining this thing that what algorithms it is going to use. For example, currently password default uses SHA-256, right? So definitely it is up to some extent in our hands, but up to some extent it is, with PHP built-in functions that what they are using, right? So basically, when hashing started, we used to use MD5, then it got cracked, then we started using SHA-1, it got insecure, and nowadays we are using SHA-256. Or if you want to have further strength of hashes, you can use SHA-512. So it is up to a certain extent it is in your hand, but PHP provides certain parameters for that, whatever you want to use here. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other question? So for example, I say I want to use SHA-512, right? So let me post this question and see that what do people say about it, right? So I say PHP password hash, how can I use SHA-512? Okay. So let's have this link. What are they saying? So let's see. We have got some answer over here. Okay, let's see what was the question actually. So the question is, I'm trying to use SHA-512 algorithm in PHP using function crypt. Okay. So he is using function crypt, not password hash. So they are saying salt is equal to this. So this is the salt. They are getting the salt. And then I get something like this. I'm not sure why I get length 16, why I specified 12. And to hash the password, I use this crypt, my password, and then number of rounds, right? And then they are giving the salt. The output is something like this. So my question is it okay to store this password in the database, or should I strip $signs, etc., etc.? So probably, this is the way to use SHA-512, for example, right? But I have never used it. SHA-256 is good enough, I believe, right? and we need not to use, an unnecessarily SHA-512, right? So let's see some other answer maybe. Yeah, it looks like that this is the answer, crypt manual, right? So instead of password hash, you can use crypt, right? So crypt is going to take string, it is going to take salt, and then you get the string. And you can see this thing. Yeah, you can read through it and you can see that how can we use it for SHA-512. I hope that this is good enough discussion for this. If you really want to use it, definitely you can use it, just read through it. Right, Arun Teja?
Yes, sir.
You're happy with the answer or you want further details?
I'm happy with the answer, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, because we can discuss each and every small detail in infinite depth, but there is no use to discuss these things in such depth because we are not doing research on these things. We are just you can say that we are just using them. But definitely it was a good question, and it actually compelled me to look into this thing that, hey, how can I use SHA-512? So crypt SHA-512 is the parameter for that.
Yes, sir.
Right? Oh, great. Very good. Any other question? Any other question, guys?
No problems.
Okay, great. So we'll take 5 minutes break, and after that break, we'll come and start a new topic, right? So see you then in 5 minutes. Take good care of yourselves. I'm currently, just pausing for a minute, and then I'll come back, okay? Hello, everybody. Hey, Avinash, you're back.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So where are the rest of the people? Hey, Manthan, good to see you back. Arun Teja, you're back. Very good. And we are still looking for Manthan is back. No, Manthan is back, and then Dinesh is also back. And we are looking for Ankit and Yash. Yash is back also. Great. Thank you very much, guys. So any question from the last session? So let us talk about another important thing in programming, and that is cookies. So let me discuss first of all this thing that, why would we use cookies? And then we will discuss them, that how do we manage them in PHP. So the deal here is, say for example, this is our internet. Sometimes, it stops responding. Okay. Say this is our internet. This is the server. And this is, we are connected at the internet. Maybe we go to Amazon one day, we did not even log in, and we just browse some things, maybe USB drives or hard drives or something like that, and then we just close that session. We went back to Amazon maybe 2 days afterwards, and Amazon started showing us hard drives or USB drives, right? How would they know that we were interested in hard drives or USB drives?
They have history, Professor, user's history.
User history. So the user was not even logged in. So how would they know that who was there?
By the user cache data.
What is user cache data?
Whenever he search in the internet, he's searching, cache data will be saved in his system in
Okay.
the computer.
So you are not giving that cache data to them. But this is common user experience, right? You might have seen this thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So how do we do it? Okay, the deal over here is the answer lies in cookies, right? So how do cookies work, right? So let me show you. Say for example, this is the client side and this is the server side. Say client goes to the server for the first time. Right? So server gives out the response. So it gives the response, but along with response, servers ask the client that, hey client, please save this cookie, right? Please save this cookie so that in future, I may be able to give you a customized response, right? So say for example, that client or browser saves the cookie, right? So client or browser saves the cookie. So here, save the cookie, right? And maybe the same client comes to the same server after some time. So after some time. So once it comes after some time, it gives the request, sorry, it makes this request to the server. So again, the same request, but it shows the cookie. That, hey server, this was the cookie you asked me to save. I saved that cookie. Now I present this cookie to you. Please give me the customized response. Right? And then once it shows the cookie to the server, so server gives the customized response. Right, guys? So this is how cookies work. Any question? So once again, so customer sends the, or client sends the request for the first time. Server gave out the response and asked to save the cookies. And client saved the cookies. After some time, client came back with the same request, but this time showed the cookies to the server, and server is going to give the customized response to the client. Any question, guys, about it?
No problem.
Right? So let me show this thing, that how does it happen, right, with the help of a little bit of demonstration, right? So let me come over here. Let me close this file. Let me close this file also. Let me close this file also. Let me close this file because these are like coming in my way. And okay, let me close this. Okay, let me go into your folder. And right within your folder, maybe, okay, right over here, let me create a new folder with the name cookies, right? And within this cookies folder, let me create a new file with the name knowing cookies.php, right? So this is HTML. Right, and here H1 knowing cookies. Let me open this file. So this is small file knowing cookies. And look, if I go to this inspect elements window, if I go to the storage, these are already something stored, right? It has nothing with the name color, which I'm going to do later on, in this particular file. So let me go back in the code and let me give it a little bit of style. Say, for example, I come over here, I say body, your background is RGB, red, blue, green, blue, alpha, RGB, alpha, maybe 255 or maybe 200, comma 100, comma 10, right? So this is your background. So let's come over here. Let's reload it. Right? It has got a background. And no matter how many times we go over here, we are getting the same background again and again and again. Right? We are getting the same background again and again and again. Right? Hello, everybody. So this is quite a static page. Why is it happening? This is quite a static page, right? Let us make it little bit dynamic. How can we make it dynamic? Let's see. So we come over here. We open a PHP tag here. We say $red is equal to $red is equal to random number between 0 and 255, because all of red, green, blue, they stay between 0 and 255. So rand between 0 and 255, green, again a random number from 0 and 255, and then we have blue again from 0 and 255, right? Let's make a color string. We say $color is equal to $red, concatenated with it a comma, a space, then $green concatenated it with comma, space, and then $blue. Right? And right over here in CSS, instead of having these fixed colors over here, we say, let's open a PHP tag, and we say echo $color. Right? Echo $color. Save it. What is the issue here? We forgot to put dots. Save it. Let's run it. So now if we go over here, we are going to get a different color whenever we go, right? Because color is being generated dynamically, right? And whenever we go over there, we are getting a different color. Can you see this thing? Right? We are getting, every time we go over there, we are getting a different color. Right? Because color is being generated dynamically. Any questions so far?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Now what do we want? We want this thing that as someone goes to this page for the first time, he or she gets that random color. But then when he or she goes back to the same web page next time, they get the same color back, which they saw for the first time. Right? So basically this is a kind of user experience that I want this thing, that once someone goes to my website, they see a random color, and once they come back, they get the same color. Right? So just a demonstration that how do cookies work. Have you got the idea?
No,
Right?
sir. Can I?
Yeah. So I was saying this thing that, say for example, we are over here. I reload it. I get this color. I reload it again. I get this color. Right? So every time I'm going at this page, I'm getting a different color.
Yes, sir.
Right? But I have a different requirement. I have this requirement that once somebody goes to this page, they get, for the first time, they get a random color. But for the next time, they get the same color back.
Okay.
Now have you got it?
Yes, sir.
So let's see how can we achieve this thing. So for that purpose, we have a function in PHP with the name setCookies, right? So let us see that, how does it work? So we come over here, we say Google search, PHP set cookie. So set cookie manual, right? And here, if we go to this W3 school link, let's go over here. So here you can see this thing, that set cookie is going to get the name of the cookie, then the value of the cookie, right? Rather, if you look into it, name of the cookie, value of the cookie, and then its expiration, when is going to expire, right? When it is going to expire, right? So these three parameters we have to give, right? Let's go back over here. Once again, what is the name of the function? Name of the function is set cookie, right? So set cookie. So we come back over here. As we generate this color over here, we say set cookie, right? So set cookie needs to take the name of the cookie, which is color, then value of the cookie, which is $color, and then when it is going to expire. Maybe we want that it should expire in 24 hours, right? So we have to give that time over here. We say 24 multiply by 60 multiply by 60. So 24 hours in seconds, right? But we have to mention it relative to the current time. So time plus this much. So whatever the current time is, add 24 hours into it. And this is the validity of this cookie. That I want this cookie to be valid for next 24 hours. So if you want that it should be valid for next 30 days, so you would put 30 over here also, right? If you want that this should be valid further maybe 12 months, so maybe you can put 365 over here, right? And maybe if you want that it should be valid for 10 years, so you can put that 10 over here, right? So now this cookie would be valid for 10 years to come, right? But say again, if we want this cookie to be valid for 24 hours, then this is good enough, right? So once I say set cookie over here, so let us see, look, if we go back to our web page, you see that here I don't have any cookie with the name color. Can you see this thing? Right? But if I reload this web page, reload, so can you see I have got a cookie with the name color right over here. Can you see, sir? And look, it has this value 179 space comma and then other things, right? Let me expand this box. So it is not that visible.
So you can see the value in the right side.
You can see it in the right side also. Yes, you're right. Thank you very much. So you can see, thank you very much. So you can see it over here, 179, then space, comma, then 54, comma, space, and 68. Have you got it, guys? Any question? Right? So the cookie is saved. Once cookie is saved, so what will happen that next time I go to I go to get the same page, right? So say for example I come over here in the networks tab, I reload this page, right? I reload this page, and if I go over here and within the cookies, you can see that here I'm giving this cookie with the name color. Its value is 128.14.115, whatever the value is, right? Comma in between. And then its expression is 2020 June 12, right? Today is June 11. So June 12, and next is the time when this cookie is going to expire. Got it, guys? So basically, coming back to my notes, so this is the step. Server has asked the client to save the cookies. So cookies are saved. Then client came back, it presented with the request and basically showed the cookies. And now the third step is that we need to give user experience according to the cookie. Okay, are you getting me? So once client present the cookies to PHP server, what happens over here is that those cookies are available again in an array with the name cookie, right? So I say if is set, $_ cookie. I don't know, is it $_ cookie or cookies? Let me check. Control C. And always remember, the knowledge in web programming or in any area is so vast that you cannot simply memorize everything. So you need to know that how can you do something, and then you need to know that how to get those details instantly. Right? So let's see what is the name. So is it cookie? Yes, I hope that it is cookie, right? So it is saying PHP manual. So let's have a glance at the manual also. So where is that? Yeah, $_ cookie, right? So let's come over here. Let's close this page. So if is set $_ cookie, and what is the name of the element? Color. So if this thing is here, then color is equal to color coming from the cookie. Else we generate a random color. Right? Else we generate a random color. Right? And then give it to you. So basically, having done this thing, so once we have done this thing, let's go back here. Let's reload the page. Right? And you can see that as long as this cookie is alive, this page is going to give us the same color. Have you got the idea? Any question?
Yes, sir.
Right? So basically, let's reduce the time, right? To 24 hours are a little too much for this class. We cannot sit here for 24 hours. So let's make it 10 seconds. And you'll see that how long these 10 seconds are. Right? So let's make it 10 seconds. And let's, go back over here. Maybe come over here. Maybe delete the cookie for now. Where is the cookie?
Storage.
Storage. Yeah, storage. Here's storage. And I come over here and I say delete color. Right? So it is deleted. Once deleted, so it will not be presented. So I go back here. I get a different color. And for 10 seconds, I will get the same color back. But after 10 seconds, this cookie is going to expire and I will get a different color. And for next 10 seconds, I'm going to get the same color. Right? And after 10 seconds, I'm going to have the different color. Have you got the idea? Any questions so far?
Okay.
You got it?
Yes.
Any question, guys? No question? Okay,
No, sir.
let me do one more thing over here. Say, I want this thing that if somebody refreshes within the desired time, I still get the same color. If nobody refreshes, then I get the different color. What should I do over here? Nothing to do with PHP, just a generic programming question.
Onload.
Say it again.
Onload.
Onload, I don't think that we need to do anything like onload. Something else. Okay, one more thing over here. This is very dangerous. This cookie is coming from the user. right? So filter var filter sanitize string. Don't forget to do this, right? You should not keep any door open or unchecked. So I can do this thing, my dears. I can simply remove this set cookie from here and put it outside the else block, right? Save it. And now the deal is that every time I will go over there, it will refresh, right? Now it is going to give me a different one. But if I will keep on refreshing, within 10 seconds, it will keep on giving this blue color. Can you see this thing? But if I stop refreshing and count up to 10,
We can
10 seconds.
we can keep user session.
Say it again.
We can keep the data of how much time like user on this website or user session.
Oh yeah, sessions are a different thing. I will teach you sessions afterward, right? Don't worry about sessions yet. Okay. So I think 10 seconds have passed, and now if I refresh, I am going to get a different color, right? And if I keep on refreshing, I will keep on getting different, same color. But if I don't refresh for 10 seconds, then I'm going to get a different color, right? 10 seconds have passed probably, and then if I refresh, so look, I got a different color. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay, if there is no question, then let me just unshare my, okay, let me do one thing before I unshare, and that is I go over here in your folder. So cd dot cd object-oriented design and programming summer of 2020 get status, right? So we have so much code which we generated today, which is untracked yet. So there is nothing to save. I come back over here. I say get add dot get status, right? These are in the staging area. I say get commit -m. So what is the message? Message is that what did we do? We did password hash. What else?
Salting.
We did what?
Cookies.
Salting and
Cookies.
Cookies. We did cookies. What else did we do? We did filter var, right? Filter var. Filter var, right? These are main things we did today. So this is committed. Once committed, that means say get status, right? So everything is good, and I will send it. So I say get push. Right? So it is over there with you now. Sorry, it is over there in the online repository, and now you should be able to get it. Let me stop share over here, and I would like somebody shares their screen and get this code with them. Let's see who can do it. Arun, Teja, do you want to do it?
Yes,
No?
sir.
Okay, go on. Please share your screen.
Host disabled participant screen sharing. I
Oh,
think.
okay. It is me. I have to allow you. Now share, please. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, great. So have you cloned the previous code?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so okay, just a minute. Don't say git clone again, right? We don't want to get the entire code again and again. So
Okay.
show us directory, dir.
Okay. dir.
Yeah, dir directory. Enter. So this is not probably the folder. Have you got the previous folder already?
Yes, sir.
The code, I sent you earlier. Have you got that code earlier?
Yes, sir.
Where is that folder? Take us to that folder.
Okay, sure. Okay, I'm sorry.
So if you are facing some difficulty in finding it, we can request somebody else. Have you got it? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay.
Clear screen, CLS.
CLS.
Yeah, clear screen. Just we want this thing to slide a little bit up. CLS.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Now here, enter. Press enter. Okay. Now here dir directory. Enter. Okay. We have this thing. Okay, this is ODP summer 2020. Very good. And you have got it, and it has bases, it has HTML forms. Very good. So you have got that code. So just enter git status. Right? So fail, not a git. How did you get this code?
The git clone that.
So yeah, once you git clone, it should be your git repository. So did you get it somewhere? And then
I got that on the desktop.
oh, okay. So okay, since now you are getting it for the first time, right? So I
Yes,
will
sir.
show you that how can you get it. So I come over here and say git clone, right? And then you give the URL. Was this the command, git clone and then URL? Let me check.
Yes, sir. This was the command.
This was the command, you're sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you write git clone and then use https://github.com/machomath macho
Okay, I'm sorry.
machomath slash ODP summer 2020 .git, right? Enter, right? And so show us directory dir. So now you have got this repository, right? ODP summer 2020. Go to this repository cd ODP summer 2020. Clear screen, CLS. Enter, and here show dir. Enter. So here you can see that you have all these files, cookies and everything, right? So this is the way to get it once you are getting it for the first time.
Yes,
right?
sir.
But once you have got it for last time, now you want to get the incremental changes. So how to get those changes, right? So just cd unshare the screen and let me do it with someone who got it previously and wants to have the changes only, right? So
Yes.
thank you very much. Thank you, Aranteja.
Thank you, sir.
And who got the code previously from Git? Okay, you share your screen. Would you like to?
Yes.
Okay, please go on. So take me to the repository, to the directory. This is the directory, dir.
Yeah.
Okay, ls, very good. And this is, it has HTTP forms, right, but not cookies. So just punch git status. right? So what is this? Did you work on it?
Yes, Professor. I just.
Okay, great. So once you have worked on it, right now the deal here is that we have to do something else so that we don't have any conflicts,
Oh, okay, Professor.
right? So I would say this thing that once you know you want to work on the project, right? So you do this thing. Please stop share. Let me share the screen. So this is your, say this is your master branch. Let me make it like this. So this is your master branch, or this is my master branch, say. Or this is your, say for example, master branch. And once you have added a source origin, so you have another branch over here. So this is your master. Once you have attached a source, there is another branch running here with the name origin/master. Let me show you this branch, right? Please share your screen. Let me unshare.
Yes, Professor.
Please share your screen. So if you write git branch, enter, so you have master, right?
Yes.
But you write git branch -a, right? Now you can see that you have master, but you are also having origin/master. Can you see?
Yes.
Can you enlarge your font a little bit so that everybody can see it? Okay, so you have origin/master, and what is this third thing?
Remote origin/master.
And this is also origin/. So you have one master and you have one remote branch, which is, or you can say copy of the remote branch, which is origin/master,
Okay.
right? So the deal here is, stop share, please. Let me share. So you have these two branches. So once I commit, what happens is that this, sorry, let me not confuse you. Once I commit, so there is a remote branch, remote branch, which is on the internet. So this is that GitHub branch. Let me say this is GitHub branch. So once I do commit, I make changes over here in this branch. Once you fetch those changes, as you are going to do right now, those changes come over here, right? And then you are supposed to merge these changes in your master branch, right?
Okay.
But the deal here is that if you will change your master branch and now you want to merge, you may get conflicts and you may have to resolve them, right? So that is something I want to do in some other lecture, right? So for now, I would say that how should you work? So in spite of keep on working on the same branch as I'm working, I would say that here, make a new branch, right? Maybe its name is Dinesh, right? So you work in this branch and have my code in your master branch. And whenever you need to merge, you merge from here to your branch. So this is, you can say this is a workflow for Git, which we can use in this class setting. Are you quite getting me?
Yes, sir.
Right, so let me show you this thing, right? So do we have someone who did not change their code from the last time? Bentham, have you got the code already?
I have the code, but I did some changes.
Or you made some changes, right? Okay, and what about Yash? Yash,
Yes, I changed some in code.
you made some
Yes.
changes? Okay, Ankit, did you make some change?
Yes, sir.
Okay, everyone have got some changes. Okay, great. So let me do this thing right now that, say for example, let me work with uh, Arun Teja, right? So who just got the code, right? So let me do this thing. Let me come over here. Let me come over here and maybe let me make some changes. New change, right? Save it. So I've saved it. So I come back here and I say git status. So it is telling me that one file has been modified, right? I come back over here, I say git add dot, and I say git commit -m, just a minor change for testing, right? So this is committed, and now I say git push, right? Now I have sent those changes to my GitHub, right? And now Arun Teja wants to get these changes. Now let us see that how would Arun Teja work on it, right? So Arun Teja, let me stop sharing my screen
Yes, sir.
and let me show you that how would you work, right? Please share your screen.
Yes, sir.
So you are over here, so just show us git status, right? So you are saying you are on the branch master, right? So you make your branch, right? So you say, you come over here, you say that git branch space,
I'm sorry.
so git branch space Arun Teja, right? So now show git branch. So just
Okay.
git branch,
Just this branch.
yes, enter. Now you have this branch Arun Teja, right? Now
Yes, sir.
say for example you want to work on this branch. You go over there, you say git checkout space Arun Teja, right? So switch to branch Arun Teja, right?
Yes, sir.
So now say git uh, git branch, right? Enter. So you can see this thing, the asterisk is in front of Arun Teja. So now you are on the branch Arun Teja, right?
Yes, sir.
Got it?
Yes,
So
sir.
now open the code editor, Atom.
Oh, okay.
Open the code editor, go to this folder.
Okay. In the
Yeah, and go to Atom.
okay. It's taking time. Sorry.
It's all right, no problem. So guys, once you learn Git and GitHub, this is a big skill. This is a required skill in today's working environment.
Okay, sir. I have opened Atom.
So we cannot see. Please share
I'm
the
sorry.
entire
Okay.
screen with us so that we can see your atom also. Stop share and re-share with us.
Yes, sir.
Okay, share it again.
Okay.
Share your screen, the entire screen.
Can you see everything, sir?
We cannot see your editor yet. Okay, please open your editor. Yes, now we can see probably. Yes, editor, atom,
Okay, just open.
atom,
Okay.
atom. Here. So
Okay.
here, and please open this folder.
Okay.
This is the folder, right? And
Yes, sir.
here, create a new file.
Okay, I have to create in the HTML forms maybe.
Maybe in the HTML forms.
Okay.
Just the name arunteja.html.
Yes, sir.
Right, and just put ht and tab, right, and go down there and h1 tab. This file is created by Arun Teja. Right, save it.
Saved it.
Right, close it.
Yes,
Right,
sir.
so now this file is created by you, right? You have created it. So if you go now you are ready. Say for example, now you're ready to get code from me, right? Now what we have to do is that you have to switch back to the master branch, right? So just write git checkout. Wait a minute, sorry. So since you have created this file, new file, so you have to commit these changes. So come over here and say git status. And you know, this is a new file with the name arunteja.html. It is not cracked yet. So say git add space dot. Enter. CLS. Enter. Say git status. So this is file is a staging area, right? But not committed yet. So now you'll say git commit space -m space within quotes one file added by Arun Teja. Right? So basically you have added this file, and what is this? It is saying,
They ask for credential of
oh, you have to add the user. So yeah, you must add it. So run git config, right? And then -- global. Don't
I'm
press
sorry.
enter. CLS.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
Git config. What was the
Config.
command? So once again, try commit once again, and it will show you the commands.
Okay.
So just git config -g space, and was it asking email address?
Yeah,
Okay.
email address,
Okay,
username.
don't worry. Just clear this command and say git commit -m within bracket one file added by Arun Teja. Right? What does it say? Please tell me who you are. So run git config / global, and then user dot email, your email, right? So git config -- global user dot email, right? And then within space, then space, email, after email space, within quotes give your email address. Whatever you use to sign up with GitHub.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Right? This is
Yeah.
your correct email address.
Yes, sir.
And whatever your username is. So
Okay.
give the second git config minus global, and then within quotes.
I'm not sure whether it is correct or not, but I'm trying.
Okay. Okay, now try to commit. Once again, give the same command you gave earlier. Git commit, please.
If I can use upper arrow, can I get that?
Yeah. Right. So one file changed. So this is done now. So show git status. Right. So your branch Anuteja working tree is clean. Right. Now you're ready to get code from me. Right. So you'll go to your master branch. So punch in git checkout space master. Right. So git branch. So you're at master branch. Enter. So you're at master branch, right? Now we are ready to get the code. So write git. Was it git fetch? Just let me confirm. Wait a minute. Git fetch. So yes. Yeah, right. Git fetch origin. Enter. So you have got those files, and right now, right, git merge. Now you are merging those changes you got from GitHub. They ended up in your origin/master branch, right? Now you want to merge those changes into master branch. So you say git merge space origin/master. Enter. So what is the issue?
It's saying one file changed for insertion.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So it is good, right? So go back over there where I made those changes. Go to your editor and go to that cookies folder and go to this cookies for file.
Yes, sir.
And you can see that this file, this is a new line added.
Yeah, new change.
New change, right? So you have got this line. Where is your file which you added?
I added in the HTML forms.
So where is that file?
Oh.
You have lost that file?
In this, I'm not seeing.
So why don't you see it?
This is master branch. That's right.
This
It's
is
a-
master branch, right? So you
Yes.
did it in the branch Arun Teja, right? Say
Yes, sir.
now you want to go to Arun Teja, go back over there in the command prompt.
Okay.
CLS and just write git status. Enter. So working tree is clean, right? So you
Yes.
say git checkout Arun Teja, right?
Yes, sir.
And switch to Arun Teja. Go to your editor now, right?
Yeah.
And here, if you see, right, you have got your file.
Yes, sir.
And say, for example, you want to merge, you want to have those changes which I've just made into this branch, right? So you can go ahead, right? And you'll write, go back, and please check the file, cookie file.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sorry.
And in cookie file, those new changes are not there, right?
No, sir. It's not here.
It's not here, right? But now we want to have those changes over here. Just close this file.
Okay.
On the right hand panel.
Okay. Sorry.
Right, and here go back in the terminal.
Yes, sir.
And write git status. We want to make sure that we are doing the right thing. So everything is good. So you say git merge space master. So you want to merge master branch into your branch, right? So you have merged one master, go back there in the editor. And you can see that you have got this line.
Yes, sir.
So this is our workflow. But once you have made those changes and there are conflicts, I will teach you next time that how to resolve them. I think it is well enough for today, right? It might be a little bit overwhelming. Any questions so far?
No.
No, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. So I will sign out from here today. I will see you all tomorrow. Take good care of yourselves until then. Keep on working, right? So there is no shortcut to learn coding. The only way to learn coding is to practice, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, take good care. You can simply drop and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.